start our class, welcome. So this is a class about natural skincare and just some basic tips and tricks of how you can care for your skin naturally and why natural solutions really matter. That's probably the thing I'm most passionate about, is helping people discover the importance of that. So as I was kind of telling you a little bit before we started, I have been an esthetician since about 2007. I'm a holistic esthetician, so I focus really on that natural wellness from whole body perspective. And I also am a essential oil educator for doTERRA. And I have a spa room here in Worcester, Massachusetts, but I also do virtual coaching and guide people that way. And ultimately, like, I'm just here to help people live their best lives. There's my contact information. Of course, feel free to reach out or check out my websites and all the things. So when we talk about skincare, probably the first thing that as an esthetician that I look at when somebody comes to me is both their skin type and any conditions that are going on. So the skin type, we're kind of born with our skin type. Certain things may change, factors may change, but we're really born with our skin type. A normal skin type is they basically have perfect skin, and almost nobody has absolute perfect normal skin. Their pores would be even all the way throughout their whole face, and it's not tight, it's all, and also not oily. A drier skin is going to feel dry to the touch, and the pores are going to be smaller because they're like tighter from being kind of dried out. And then a more oily skin, obviously larger pores, you feel that oil when you touch their skin. And then combination skin can be any combination. A lot of people tend to have that oily T-zone and then maybe normal or dry to the sides. So you'll see larger pores and then they start to diminish off to the sides. But I also you could also have sensitive and, be sensitive and oily, or sensitive and dry. And the sensitive skin is going to be more reactive and easily redden and have irritation. So all kind of depends on different skin types. The conditions, on the other hand, are the things that we're looking to change about our skin. So maybe dark spots or wrinkles, expression lines, the dryness, the oiliness. Because even though you're an oily skin type, if you have excess oil, yeah, we can definitely work on reining that back. But there are certain things, like I have always been a dry skin type. Like my mom said, I was born with dry skin. And so I work to maintain its hydration. But but you can manage it. And in those certain hereditary elements, our skin is going to age differently. So a drier skin type and more sensitive skin type tends to age a little faster than, say, an oily skin type. So if you're an oily skin type, actually be grateful for that, because you're going to age more gracefully. So even though everybody has their different ups and downs in skin type, the there's always a benefit to different ones. And as we age, so our aging starts in our 20s. So that exposure to sun and the different free radicals running around in the world that are attacking our skin start to play a role. They start to damage and break down our collagen, and even our cell turnover starts to slow down. By our 30s, that's when we're going to start to see those little fine lines and even like a duller complexion, because that cellular turnover even slows down even more. By our 40s, our skin is even thinner, and we really get those pronounced fine lines. The collagen has really depleted, and our skin starts to become thinner and more sensitive. And we start to see dark spots and dullness and all the things that we really start to get concerned about. And by our 50s, that's when we really got the more exaggerated wrinkles, and it's much harder to maintain hydration and moisture in the skin, and our skin gets more sensitive because our nerves and whatnot are closer to the surface. So we actually do get more sensitive and reactive based on the based on the fact that our skin is thinning and and our nerves are getting closer to the surface. So that is typical aging if you kind of do literally nothing. But there's a lot we can do to boost our health and prevent those signs of aging. But there's also a lot of things that come at us on a daily basis that actually can affect our aging and perhaps even age us more rapidly. We know if you smoke, if you're a heavy drinker, those things tend to be acts we do to ourselves that can age us faster. But even environmental elements like the UV light from the sun, pollution in the air, poor diet, lack of hydration, just inflammation in our body can cause issues within our body that start to break things down and cause us to age faster. So there's a lot of things on this list that we can be in control of, and other things we can't. But it's important to think about what we can be in control of and how we can prevent that damage from free radicals from forming and affecting our skin and our overall bodies. So when it comes to our regular healthy skin habits, I think most everybody knows that we should wash our face morning and night. I do have a lot of clients that'll be like, I just wash my face at night, or maybe in whatever their time is that they like to do it. But I really do suggest and encourage people to wash morning and night, because in the morning, it wakes us up, it gets us going, but maybe while you were sleeping, you might have been sweating, you might have been drooling on yourself, who knows? Your sheets might not be that clean, and you're getting dirt and debris in your skin while you're sleeping and you're not even thinking about it. And then again at night, we want to wash off those toxins from the environment, from out in the world, the air pollution, the dirt and debris that comes at you on a daily basis, if you have makeup, all the things. So you just want to do a nice cleanse. You want to tone your skin, because this is probably the step that most people skip. Especially if you're an oily skin type, you want to tone, because a lot of cleansers that you'll use are stripping your pH. And if your pH isn't balanced, bacteria can enter into your skin barrier and cause more problems. So we want to balance our pH with a toner. It also pulls in hydration and nourishes our skin as well. And then we want to use a serum or an essential oil blend to help maintain that healthy skin, but also and skin barrier, but also to address any specific concerns that we have. So if you're looking to brighten your skin, you might use a special serum or essential oil blend that would address that. And then you, on top of that, use your moisturizer. Now, some people use an oil moisturizer. So sometimes your essential oil blend is kind of like a serum and a moisturizer all at the same time. Other people do a little bit of both. So kind of depends on what you're looking to do. Now, as I said, natural solutions absolutely matter. And we really need to be mindful of what we are using on our skin, because there are so many harmful chemicals just in our personal care products. So there was a study years ago, a couple of years ago, that looked at daily exposure to personal care products, to chemicals in those personal care products. And the average woman puts about 20 different products on their body every morning between our shower, where we're shampooing and conditioning and soaping up. And then we put on deodorant and do our hair, and if we wear makeup. And we're exposing ourselves to about 168 chemicals before we've even left the house. And then we leave the house and get bombarded with those other toxins in the world. Men use slightly less products, so they're exposed to about 85 chemicals, and teenagers are exposed to about 60. But these personal care products, they get into our bloodstream, they get into our urine, they get into our body, our cellular body, and they affect everything. And they even looked at umbilical cord blood of newborn babies and found that babies are being born in toxic overload. Like, they literally found 200, on average, 287 chemicals in the blood of the babies from chemical toxins from mom's personal care products. So, especially as a woman, it's not just affecting us, it's affecting our next generations as well if we have babies. Or if you think about it, what your mother did affected you. So, of course, there are more chemicals in our products presently than there were when our moms had us. But, it's a hereditary thing. It plays a role. We pass on these chemicals that are living in our bodies to the next generation. And a lot of the chemicals are hormone altering chemicals. So they then did a study looking at teens, at their blood and urine, and the personal care products, the chemicals from personal care products that were in their blood and urine. And they found 16 hormone altering chemicals, endocrine disruptors like phthalates and parabens, and 2 parabens, methylparaben and propylparabens, were in every single girl that was tested. And these chemicals can wreak utter havoc, especially on our reproductive systems, our hormone function. It can cause infertility, low birth rates, birth defects, cancer, allergies, skin sensitivities, asthma, and even affect our nervous system. So there's so many challenges that come from this. And this study, I think, is so important because, especially if we think of like our teenagers, when a teenager wants to start playing with makeup, do we buy them the fancy makeup? No. Or they go to the store and they buy like the cheap stuff because it's what they can afford. And that is just full of chemicals like this. So we do have to be mindful and teach, especially our younger kids, but even ourselves, the importance of what's in our products. And these products, so this page, I just love this image of the woman showing all the different parts of our body and the products that we put on them and the possible chemicals that could be in those products affecting our body and how they could be affecting our body. So, everything from our head to our toes can be affected by the chemicals in the products we use. And a lot of them, they can affect our genetics, they can affect our nervous system, our development, cause allergies and asthma, and several are known carcinogens, which is really quite frightening that it's allowed. I think most people know that the European Union has much stricter rules, and they ban over 1,300 chemicals in personal care products. United States only bans 12. No, 10. So there's a lot of work that can be done. So we do need to improve on that. And there's a lot of efforts being made. In addition, there's a lot of products that market themselves as natural, but they're not always as natural as they seem, particularly because of a toxic chemical that comes as a it's an end result of the production of products, and it's called 1,4-dioxane. And basically it's something that can easily be pulled out of our products, but it's used because it adds the ability to foam and cleanse, but it can be a very harmful irritant, and it's also a known carcinogen. So not great, but it can be easily taken out of products, but it's not mandatory. So therefore, lots of manufacturers just leave it in, and it's in so many baby products. It's in 55% of bubble baths, baby shampoos, baby soaps, body firming lotions, anti-aging lotions. And so like all of these things that are displayed on this are products that contain it. And so even though it says it's natural, it's not always as great as we want it to be, and can still be affecting our bodies. Good news is that there was a fantastic study that actually looked at having people just shop looking for products that are labeled paraben free, sulfate free, and whatnot, and using an app like Environmental Working Group that scores products and tells you how harmful they could be. So literally just reading up on the product or reading the label and switching their products based on just the labeling. And in switching to paraben free and sulfate free products, within days of doing this, the women in the study, the girls in the study, their chemical toxic levels decreased remarkably. So it's not like we build up all these toxins and it just stays in our bodies. Very quickly, you can shift it and you can change your toxic levels. So that is the importance, and the wonderful thing about this is that we have the power to change it. We can just improve from where we presently are. And I do find the Environmental Working Group Skin Deep website to be super helpful with this, because you can literally look up all sorts of different products. You can look up your shampoo that you're using right now, and it'll give a little score as far as if it's a low hazard, moderate, or high hazard, but it literally goes through each ingredient and rates each ingredient and tells you why it gets this rating. It's not just like a blind rating. It tells you, if there's studies that say that this ingredient is harmful to our health or harmful to our environment or whatever the case may be. And then you can make a conscious decision by yourself as to whether you're going to switch it or keep it. So an example of this is my family, once we got really conscious of all of this stuff, we flipped just about everything that we use. But my husband, he will not give up his Pantene Pro V or his Dawn dish soap. And all I can say is, in comparison to 10 years ago, our toxic load is so much less. He's the only one using his Pantene. I use my non-toxic hair care, and so does my son. And then we use the dish soap. Like, it's not the end of the world. It's still far less than where we were, but it's a decision we made because he wants his Dawn. So, Some of my favorite personal care products that I love for skincare are Earth Harbor Naturals is a small business that I found probably a couple years ago. I fell immediately in love. As a esthetician, a lot of times you start using a line and there's always one or two products that you don't like. I literally love every single product in this line. I haven't found a single one that doesn't serve a purpose or is disappointing. They're all fantastic. They are all natural, non-toxic. They literally check all the boxes that you could be looking for: vegan, cruelty-free, 100% plant-based, no no added fillers. They're soy free, gluten free, all the things. Ethically sourced, fair trade. They test to ensure purity and you know that they are what they say they are, and they're women owned and small batch. They make everything small batch, so it's an incredible company. I love them. I love their products. And then the other thing that I use a lot is doTERRA, their essential oils. They're the purest available essential oils on the marketplace. um you know, no artificial ingredients, no fragrances, no fillers. They are tested and certified to be free of pesticides and other chemicals, and third-party tested for their purity. And they are just powerful plant medicine. So to me, the essential oils are a tool within my skin and wellness kit that I educate others on. When it comes to essential oils, though, we do want to make sure that we are using the purest, because quality truly matters. 80% at this point, 80% of all essential oils on the marketplace are adulterated. It is a huge industry for making money. There's growth to be had, and a lot of people will adulterate their oils with synthetics or a lesser oil in order to make more money, to stretch that batch of oil even further. And a bottle can be labeled 100% pure and be up to 70% synthetic and adulterated. And there are some that even, I mean, I think there's some out there that say that they're pure and there's literally nothing pure about them. We've all been to like the department store that has like oils that smell not at all like the real plant. And the problem with this is they are lesser oils and they're not going to work the way we expect. So, you know, you try an oil, you think it's going to work a certain way, and then it doesn't. And you're like, oh, essential oils are crap. No, that particular one is. And a great example of purity and the adulteration within this world is bergamot. Bergamot is a plant from Italy. It's in the it's similar to a lemon, and it's a highly adulterated oil. A lot of times it's adulterated with synthetic, which means it's lab created chemical aroma. Sometimes it is cut with bitter orange or the bergamot mint, but a lot of times it is just synthetic. But last year, over 3,000 tons of bergamot oil were sold in the world marketplace, but only 100 tons were actually genuine organic bergamot produced yield. So the actual oil that was made from the plants. So that is a huge difference. And that's just one oil in the marketplace. I mean, just think about all the other oils that could be out there made from labs instead, because it's a lot cheaper. So that is why I use doTERRA, because every single bottle of doTERRA oil is third-party tested, and on the bottom has a number that you can look up, and it's our third-party testing results. So you can literally see how pure it is and why, you know, that it is what they say it is. And this website at the top here in the orange, the Consumer Advocates, that is an incredibly cool article. Basically, a scientific lab, ordered, I think, 10 or 11 different brands, like the top brands of essential oils, ordered them directly from the companies, and then they tested them for purity. And it was like lemon, lavender, and tea tree, I believe. And they tested them for purity. And then they submitted their findings to Consumer Advocates, and Consumer Advocates then wrote an article looking at each brand and how they promote their brand, how they sell their brand, what they say about their brand, but then on top of it, the actual test results. And of all the brands, only 3 brands were 100% pure on all 3 oils. Every single other one had synthetics in them. So it just shows you that a lot of the companies are not what they say they are. So when it comes to natural skincare, healthy skin really requires a balance of all aspects of our life. So stress, sleep, diet, our health and wellness play a huge role in our skin and how it looks and maintains and ages. So having a wellness lifestyle is something that I definitely encourage and teach and guide people through. And this is kind of a step further. It's not really what we'll talk about today, but it's something to keep in mind. You want to make sure you are drinking lots of water. That's going to hydrate your skin. It's going to help detoxify your skin. If our kidneys and liver and stuff are not detoxifying our body properly that way, the toxins in our body are going to come out through our skin because it's the largest organ, right? So that's when you start to get acne or rashes or all sorts of different things. So it's very important that we're drinking water to help flush our bodies. Also, it boosts hydration. Proper nutrition. We want to be eating our fruits, our vegetables, healthy proteins, and less of the processed stuff, because processed foods create inflammation in our body. And inflammation is the root of all disease. So, and as well, many skin issues. So we want to have less processed foods. We want to, in eating good, healthy, all natural foods, we're going to get more energy. We're going to have better cellular health, which means better cellular renewal and more youthful glow to our skin. And it actually relieves a lot of aches and pains in our body. So we might be feeling like not so great, but the better we eat, the more energy we have, so we can start exercising more. Maybe we sleep better. It's like a snowball effect, right? And managing our stress and sleep is huge. So many skin issues and health issues come from stress and sleep. So the more we can reduce stress and manage our sleep, the better we're going to be. Stress can really affect our hair, our skin, our nails, our tissues. It affects our gut, which affects our immune system. It's, again, all connected. And so we really want to take control of our stress and manage that. And then sleep is our time for our bodies to heal itself. If we're not getting proper sleep, our body isn't healing on a cellular level. So we really want to maintain that, because that's when our body can produce more collagen and boost our skin health. If we're not sleeping well, our body's not doing that. And so we are going to age more, and we're going to see more of those challenges that we don't want to see. And then reducing that toxic load, like we talked about. So, start with some of your personal care products, and then maybe cleaning products and other things around us, gaining control of that environment around us so that we are healthier, right? And when we have skin issues, whether it's acne or rashes or eczema or rosacea, depending on where that irritation is popping up in our face mapping is something that I, as an esthetician, tend to look at, because it's giving me a hint, a little idea of what else might be going on under the surface. It's not just, oh, we got a little pimple popping up. It could be that we're having an issue with, so our cheeks could be stress, it could be allergies, it could be too much dairy. So we want to think about what's going on. Years ago, I have perioral dermatitis. So that means it's a eczema type, a dermatitis that comes around my nose, mouth, and eyes area. I tend to get it in the winter months when it gets cold, kind of somewhere between November and January. So around the time that I'm not necessarily eating well, maybe I'm a little stressed because of holidays. But the biggest outbreaks have been at very stressful times in my life. And I realized that it would really break out right here, right at my adrenals. My adrenals were just, they had hit a wall. So the last really bad one, I realized, well, and it's funny because as an esthetician, I should know these things, but sometimes I don't think about it for myself. And so then after it got really bad, I'm like, what is going on? What part of my face is being irritated? Oh, my adrenals. Okay, that's stress. I need to manage my stress. I need to maybe work on my diet. I need to do these different things. So within days of really upping an anti-inflammatory diet, managing my stress, getting some acupuncture, going to bed at a proper time, meditating, doing the things that I find that help manage my stress, my whole face changed. Like the adrenals area healed right up. It was crazy, but a lot of times it's not quite that fast, but I was hitting it with everything I had, but it was very quick to figure out, oh, this face mapping thing does work. It does help. And it helps me all the time in the spa room. So benefits of using essential oils on the skin. One, they are natural and safe. They are powerful plant medicine. They're very soothing, cleansing, purifying. And in all honesty, they flip the script on how to care for your skin. When most skincare lines, you think about skincare, you've got like your oily, acneic skin line, you've got your anti-aging line, and then you got something for the sensitive skins, right? Essential oils, with just one oil, let's say lavender, I can address everything. Lavender is calming, soothing, healing. So it's going to be great for a sensitive skin, but it also is good for cellular repair and soothing and renewing the skin. So anti-aging. It's also calming and soothing. It'll calm and soothe those big red irritations that come and the inflammation that comes from acne. It's very healing and cleansing. Again, healing up that acne. So with just lavender, I can address all skin types. Now, there are lots of other oils that I love to play with. It's not just lavender, but it flips the script on how we address skincare. You don't have to be just regimented on, oh, you're an oily skin type, so you can only use this. There's so many healing properties to all essential oils. They're all antimicrobial, antibacterial, viral. They have different healing properties. They're rich in antioxidants that are gonna oxygenate our cells, support our immune system, and fight those free radicals that come from the toxins in the environment. And they're really easy to use. You just use 1 or 2 drops. You can add them to your cleansers, moisturizers, lotions. They enter our bloodstream within seconds, and they go to where our body needs it and works on a cellular level. And then they leave our body within about 2 hours. So there's no toxic buildup, and they are just amazing. And then they have such wonderful healing properties that they actually really boost and improve our skin in such a way. They also, because they have a really tiny molecular structure, they actually help penetrate other products deeper into the skin. So something that's a larger molecule, like a carrier oil is going to penetrate a little deeper into the skin than it would if you weren't using an essential oil. So really cool elements. This is one of my best tips for everybody for skincare, and that is using a pre-wash oil. So basically you could just use a carrier oil like olive oil. We all have olive oil in our house. You want to make sure your carrier oil is a natural oil like olive oil, raw coconut oil. You could literally just use oil. I like to add a couple drops of lavender and frankincense because those are my two favorites. But you could mix it up. And I could be here to give you a little advice on what might be best for your skin type. But using a pre-wash oil, you're going to loosen up the dirt and debris in your pores. It's going to remove any makeup you have. And it's also going to nourish your skin. So when you massage it in, you're going to take like a little dime size amount, massage it into your skin, just like you would a cleanser. If you really want, you can use another cleanser on top of this and then wash it all off with a face cloth. When you do this, your skin is going to feel so soft and supple after using it, but also it really cleans out your skin. So many people with oily skin are afraid to use oil on their skin, but it's an absolute game changer. I have people with acne that it starts healing their acne really quickly. I have people with eczema that it starts soothing, calming, hydrating their skin and calming down those irritations. So it starts to heal their skin. So no matter what your skin type is, a pre-wash oil is going to be an utter game changer. And nourishing our skin with oil is going to help prevent those signs of aging as well. So it's like a win-win on all sides. Some of my favorite carrier oils, I literally do a class every so often on carrier oils because there's so many and there's so many benefits to them and how we can use them and things that we can do. But these are some of my top ones. Jojoba is the closest to our natural skin sebum, so the oil in our skin. It's really rich in E and B vitamins, which heal and repair our skin. Nobody is like, I've never met anybody allergic to jojoba, so it's a safe one to use. It's anti-inflammatory, it's calming, soothing, and it's great for all skin types. Sweet almond oil is another one that's absolutely amazing for the skin. It's so rich and nourishing to our skin. It actually helps. It's a natural lightener, so it can lighten dark spots, helps with those under eye circles, and it's just a beautiful oil. It's a medium absorption, so it's going to be a little slower, so you're going to feel a little greasy for a little bit, but it'll quickly absorb into your skin. And great for all skin types, but again, if you're allergic to almonds, don't use it, obviously. Evening primrose oil is really great for a more mature skin. This is a very thick oil, so this is one that you would blend with another carrier oil, but it is incredible for improving the elasticity and for hydrating our skin. So this is a wonderful one for eczema, psoriasis, rosacea, and a mature skin. But it's a slow absorbing oil because it's so thick. Olive oil, amazing. I mean, look at the ladies in the Mediterranean. They have beautiful skin, and most people in the Mediterranean use olive oil products for all their skincare. It's rich in vitamins. It has antioxidants in it, antimicrobial properties, and just incredibly nourishing to the skin. It is a slow absorbing oil, so it's going to take a little while to absorb into your skin, but it's really great. And then argan oil is probably one of my favorites because it can be used from head to toe. You can use it in your hair, you can use it on your skin. It's very gentle, it's healing, soothing. This is a wonderful one if you have oily skin because it's going to help heal what's, breakouts and things, but it's also gentle enough for a baby. or eczema skin or any sensitivities. So this is a great oil for all skin types. And then raw coconut oil is another one that I highly recommend, the kind that gets hard when it's cold that you cook with. This is great for healing and nourishing your skin. The medium chain fatty acids in coconut oil are extremely effective for fighting bacteria and microbial. It has antibacterial, antimicrobial properties, and it also helps promote collagen production. So really wonderful benefits from raw coconut oil. This again is another slower absorption, but it is beautiful for all skin types. Sorry, here we go. All right, so next up in our regular skincare is exfoliation, because as I said earlier, as we age, our cellular turnover slows down. So we definitely want to exfoliate, get the dead skin cells off so that our products that we're using every day actually effectively get under the skin. Because if there's like a layer of dead skin cells on our skin, that's just going to become like a roof, like protecting, like blocking the products from getting in there. So we definitely want to remove the dead skin cells. So just exfoliating once a week, if you can do it, is absolutely wonderful. I do not recommend exfoliating more than twice a week, because in all honesty, the more you exfoliate, the more your skin's going to produce oil. So let's say you're an oily skin type and you start exfoliating every day, your skin's going to produce more oil. You're going to start breaking out even more. On the other hand, if you're a sensitive skin type, it actually can cause more reactivity and sensitivity. You know, your skin might be more thin, and you might end up with an irritation, with a inflammation, or even a dermatitis. So you definitely want to be gentle. You want to use methods that are gentle, effective, that are still going to nourish and feed your skin and hydrate your skin. But some benefits of exfoliation is you're going to slough off those dead skin cells, but you're also going to be improving circulation, moving the lymph, which helps detoxify our skin, and just lifting up all that dead skin cell is going to improve your appearance, get rid of that dull look of the skin tone, and you're going to be more revitalized. So a couple ways to exfoliate skin. The manual method is actually one of my favorites. So using, whether it's a proper little face brush or one of these silicone scrubbers, that's probably my absolute favorite. Like, the silicone scrubbers are so easy to use. They've got little nubbies on them, and they just gently exfoliate and get into your pores and get that dirt, the debris out. And they're just a nice, gentle exfoliation. The sonic brushes that were popular a couple years ago, I really only like those for a more oily, acneic skin type, because they can be a little aggressive for others, but they do make you feel really clean. And then the other way that I love to exfoliate is using a nice mask. So if you were to go see an esthetician, they're going to use some sort of exfoliating mask on you. Fruit enzymes are wonderful because they really help. They're like little Pac-Man. They eat away at the dead skin cells. And you could use glycolic acid, which comes from usually fruit sugars, lactic acid, which comes from milk. So we all know about Cleopatra and her milk baths. The reason she did that was it was exfoliating her skin, making it soft and supple and beautiful. Malic acid comes from apples. Tartaric acid comes from the grapes, and then citric acid comes from the citrus fruits. So those are all great alpha hydroxy acids that you can use. I love to find a nice, like, I have all sorts of different masks like this at work, but there's many that you can make with very simple ingredients from home. And then BHAs, the beta hydroxy acids or salicylic acid. That's more for an oily acneic skin type. It's too much for most skin types. And here is a recipe I want to share with you guys. That's so simple. It's one of my absolute favorites because it's gentle, it's effective for every skin type, and it's really easy. And you probably have all these ingredients at home. So it's an oatmeal scrub made with ground oatmeal, which is going to help soften the skin. It's calming, soothing. It's rich in nutrients and vitamins. It's anti-inflammatory, but it's also going to remove the dead skin cells and cleanse the skin. Honey, which is a natural humectant. So it means it's going to pull in hydration from the air and lock it into your skin. It's also very calming, soothing, and nourishing for the skin. And then yogurt. So yogurt is our lactic acid in this, and it's going to soften the skin. It's going to nourish and hydrate the skin and brighten the skin. So I just take oatmeal and grind it up in a coffee grinder so that it's more of a powder, a flour. And you're going to use equal parts oatmeal, yogurt, honey. And if you really want, you can go and get ground apricot kernels. You can find them like in a craft store in like the soap making department. But it's not required. Like that's just going to add a little bit more grit to the scrub. I do it a lot of times without it, and it's still great. You can still kind of gently exfoliate because the oatmeal is still going to have a little grain to it. And it's so equal parts. So I'll just do a tablespoon of each, mix it up in a bowl, and then you can apply it to a freshly washed face. Put it on. You can either just wear it as a mask. Like if you have a very sensitive skin type, just wear it as a mask. If you want, you can just gently massage it, small, gentle circles for about a minute or two, and then just let it sit on your face for about 10-15 minutes. And then wet your fingers and start to loosen it up again, and then remove it with a face cloth. This is beautiful. My cousin out in Minnesota, she actually uses it on her whole body during the wintertime to keep her skin hydrated and nourished. So she will literally get into the tub, massage it into her whole body, and then she just kind of soaks in the oatmeal and yogurt and honey. And then after she's soaked for a little while, she will rinse off. And she said it's the one thing that keeps her skin from like falling off of her skeleton in the Minnesota winters. So that is probably one of my best recipes, and I love to share it with everybody because it's so simple and so easy. And then if you can do it once a week, a mask, something that's going to nourish, hydrate, balance, and brighten your skin is super important as well. Because this is going to address whatever's going on and boost your skin health. So there are different clays out there that you can use as the base of your mask. And depending on your skin type and what you're looking to do, depends on what type of clay you're going to use. Bentonite is a really strong clay that's going to pull out oil and sebum from the skin. So this is great for oily acneic skin. Kaolin clay is also great for more of an oily skin. It's going to pull out those impurities in your skin without stripping your skin. So a kaolin clay everybody can use, except for maybe a really sensitive skin. My absolute favorite is the French green clay. It is a gentle but effective clay that pulls out impurities, but it's full of nutrients that feeds and nourishes our skin. And it's calming and soothing, and it will help all skin types. It leaves your skin nourished and happy. So I really love French green clay for just about every skin type. And then rose clay is the most gentle. It still pulls out those impurities in the skin, but it's very calming, very soothing. So it's excellent for a very sensitive skin. And then you can even make nourishing masks with plant extracts, yogurt, other hydrating, nourishing ingredients as well. And when we're making masks, when we're caring for our skin, a lot of times brightening and balancing our skin is the most important thing. So I love using my essential oils and carrier oils to do this. So sometimes it's to create a serum for the skin. Sometimes it's to actually make a mask. But this right here is a list of my absolute favorite essential oils for skin. As you'll see, it's a lot of flowers and plants, because they are calming, soothing, nourishing. And then the carrier oils are all very calming, soothing, brightening, and nourishing to the skin. And in the little star at the bottom of the screen is a very simple do-it-yourself mask that helps brighten. You want to do this one at nighttime because it's going to help brighten, but the oil, the lemon oil in it can make your skin a little sensitive to the sunlight. So you want to use that at nighttime, but it's going to help reduce pigmentation and even out your overall skin tone. So this is great, especially if brightening is something that you care about. And the other recipe I wanted to share is just my hydrating dark chocolate mask. This one is good enough to eat. Again, simple ingredients that you have at home. It's cocoa, the ground oatmeal again, yogurt, and honey. So simple. You don't actually want to eat it because it tastes a little bitter, but delicious as far as aroma on the skin. Very nourishing, very hydrating, full of antioxidants. And then if you really want, you could add a couple drops of essential oil. So sometimes I'll just use wild orange, or maybe just peppermint, or a combination. I also really love wild orange and clove. Peppermint's going to be cooling and soothing to the skin. The wild orange is going to have that uplifting aroma. It's going to brighten the skin. The clove is a little spicy and full of antioxidants. So depending on what you use for your essential oil can really boost it. But again, equal parts of all the ingredients, mix it up in a bowl, apply it to your face, let it sit for 15, 20 minutes, loosen it up with a little warm water, and then remove it with a face cloth. And your skin is just going to be glowing and so hydrated. This is a wonderful one for wintertime. And I finally wanted to just share this story about a fellow doTERRA essential oil advocate. She had this, dangerous shape spot on her lip that was it was changing shapes. It was a little, she was concerned. So she went to her dermatologist. They took it off. As you can see, she had a nasty scar from the surgery. But she shared this post, and it really shows the power of essential oils for topical and internal care. So she used a combination of several essential oils. She used the Immortelle blend, which is basically all the holy oils: frankincense, myrrh, rose, lavender, and sandalwood. She used the yarrow palm, and then magnolia and rose touch, really focusing on that spot. And because these are all really great for skin health, skin rejuvenation. And then she created a custom blend that was the yarrow palm, helichrysum, which is great for blood flow and healing the skin, frankincense, sandalwood, and myrrh, with a fractionated coconut oil. And she would do it every 30 minutes, especially at the beginning when it was still very sensitive. And then she also was taking turmeric oil, copaiba, frankincense, yarrow palm, and pink pepper internally to really boost her immune and cellular health. And she supplements every day anyways with her Lifelong Vitality, which is our regular vitamins. It's vitamins, minerals, omegas, the DDR Prime, which is our cellular renewal blend, which is amazing, and PB Assist, which is our probiotic, and the Terrazyme, which is digestive enzymes. And all of this helped her heal on a cellular level internally, so that externally, within 11 days, that scar is basically gone. So this is kind of mind-blowing, but she was doing a lot in order to really heal and nourish her body. And it just shows how important topical as well as internal care truly is. So just real fast, for basic tips and tricks to have daily habits of glowing skin, we want to make sure we're drinking our water, we're taking in our nutrients, we're eating well, we're getting our proper sleep and reducing our stress, exercising, and then having that good skincare regimen. We want to make sure we're using natural, chemical-free products that are not going to be taxing our bodies. And we want to try to exfoliate and nourish our skin as much as possible. On the side, there's some pictures of my family. It's me and my mom. As you can see, genetics do play a role, and that's my grandmother holding my mother when she was a baby, my mom and dad, and then me and my mom. And you can see she has still beautiful skin as well, and so did her mother. But taking care of ourselves as well. We've always lived very healthy lives as well. So it's a combination. And the benefit of having a professional holistic esthetician is that I can help you care for your skin. We can figure out what your goals are and the best tools to address them, and then dig into what other things may be playing a role in reaching your goals. And then I can give you that guidance and professional expertise to reach those goals that you're looking for. So let's connect. I would love to offer you all a free skin consult or wellness consult, where we can dig into what's going on with your skin, identifying your skin type, your challenges, set some goals, and come up with a basic routine for you. And then if it looks like we need to work together, we can do that. A couple specials that I have available for you guys as well is that you can for $15, you can purchase an ebook from me that has a whole bunch of recipes for do-it-yourself skincare that I've put together. So that is something you can order. You can just send me a message or put it in the chat that you would like that, and I can reach out, send you an order form for that. And also I do the private skin consultations. So you could do 1 session a month or 2 sessions a month. I also have a 6-month program, and the 6-month program kind of takes it up a notch. You get the 2 sessions a month of private coaching. But I also send you a gift box with a lot of special ingredients that are customized, and special blends, created specifically for you. And we'll really work over those 6 months to find your skin and wellness goals and achieve them. So those are my 2 options for coaching, is either just once or twice a month, or the 6-month commitment that gets you a little extra, as well as some like ebooks and whatnot. And then I am offering starting on October 19th a Heal from Within course. It's going to be a group session course, 6 weeks, where every week we'll meet once a week except for Thanksgiving week. And we'll meet once a week for about an hour and a half. You also get 2 private sessions with me and a customized box of products that I put together for the course. And some of it will be things that everybody gets. Some of it will be things that are specific for you, based on our first private session. You will come up with your own personal goals that we'll be working to achieve throughout this course. And you're going to become empowered with those natural solutions so that you can literally heal your skin from the inside out. You're going to learn to embrace your natural beauty, and that's easier said than done. So I have brought in some friends to help me support you on that more emotional level. So there will be some additional support within the Facebook group from those other professionals. All sessions will be recorded, so you'll have the ability to get stay caught up even if you miss a session. And yeah, there's just a ton of support in these groups. They're fantastic. They're really fun. And we get to work through it as a team. It's an $800 value that I'm offering for $500. So it's really great. If you are interested, again, reach out to me or just scan the QR. Any questions? I'm going to stop the share